Man, Jesus to me is hope. He stands for so much, and he just gives me a reason to just know that it's all under control and that even in the storms, I still got someone to rely on.
Jesus is my everything. He's my homie, you know?
Jesus to me is a savior and a creator who created me, who loves me, and who is a fighter for me. He is a warrior who is willing to fight every fight when you want to give up.
John 14:6 says that he's the way, the truth, and the life, and that's what he is to me.
My Lord and Savior.
I gave my life to Christ when I was 14, and so during that time, he was literally my free therapist. I could talk to him at any point, at any day, and feel listened and heard to. So, Jesus is my therapist.
Jesus is worthy. He's worthy of my obedience. He's worthy of all my praise. Jesus is my friend, but also a father figure and like someone who tells you what to do, but not in a bad way because he knows what's best. And yeah, Jesus is love and peace and kindness.
Yeah, Jesus is ultimately he's my savior, but he's so much more than that. He's a friend to me. He's somebody that I can come to for everything. He's somebody that I can constantly be in talk to, whether my life is going good or whether it's bad. He's somebody that I can always rely on and want to be there for me. And yeah, he's just such a good God. He's a good father.
Jesus is my light in the darkness. He leads me by faith even though I cannot see. He continues to keep me on the path that he has for me so I can bring the most glory to him. Jesus is my healer when I am sick and when I have not ever been able to feel the way I have for him with anything else.
So Jesus to me is the hope of my life. I think I've always been what gives meaning to life? And Jesus is the thing the person the thing that gives me the most hope in my life. And he's my savior, he's my redeemer. But I think a part of me always comes back to this idea of like the hope that he gives from what he did for us. And to me, Jesus is my ultimate hope, my ultimate joy, my ultimate strength. And those are just some words that come off of the word hope. But I think for me, I'm always like, man, what does my life mean? But man, it means what Jesus says it is. He says you are, that he is the way, he's the truth, and he's the life. And so I put my hope in that. So
he is a healer and a chain breaker. There was a lot of pain in my past, and when I met Jesus, it was just so refreshing to find his comfort in the way that he healed all of those past traumas for me. And with that healing, there was just so much freedom and so many chains that he broke off in my life, and I can see how he does it in so many other people's lives.
Well, Jesus is obviously the Son of God, the Savior of the world, the perfect man who lived a life that we could never live and died a perfect death we never could. But there's also so much more of that, so much more than just that. He was a person who loved endlessly and ceaselessly, who cared for all of the pains and hurts of the world, who was constantly just broken by our brokenness and just cared for us in such deep ways that we only know the surface of it.
One that's always there for me even when everyone else is gone. He's there to pick me up and to hold me and to carry me through anything that I'm going through, and also the one that's worthy and deserving of all of my praise and admiration and worthy of my yes to go and do anything that he ever asks me to do.
He is my father and my savior, and he's just everything that I need in my life, and he fills all the gaps and holes in my heart. That's who Jesus is to me.
My closest friend who knows me the best.
Jesus is my everything. I would be absolutely nothing without him. He has been the light in my darkest places. He has been my closest friend when I was the loneliest. He has been, my redeemer and the lover of my soul.
Yeah, Jesus to me is just actually my best friend. He's the one you can wake up and say good morning to. He's the one who's with you through thick and thin, and I just live to serve him, live to please him. He's my best friend.
Jesus is the one who redeems my life. Jesus, he's both friend and Lord, and that's such a weird balance for me to understand, but I think Jesus is so loving that I don't have to fully grasp it, that Jesus can just exist as both and lead me in my life.
Jesus is somebody who loves me even when it's hard to love myself. Even when I see only my flaws, he sees the potential that I hold, and he calls me higher. That's who Jesus is to me.